The following portion of Daytime is sponsored by Love First Christian Center. Welcome back to Daytime. Our next guest is a regular contributor to Daytime.
Yes, he is. He's also a former NFL player, former life coach, currently also a motivational speaker, and he now heads his own church called Love First Christian Center. Welcome, Jomo Cousins. Good to have you back. We're going to talk to you today about Jomo.
Yes.
Great to be here.
We see your motivational minutes. You've always got a very motivational message, but we want to know more about Jomo the man. You played for Arizona for a year?
I did. I played there 2 years.
2 years? Got some injuries while you were playing football?
Yes, I did. Tore my knee up a couple times. Knee reconstruction, shoulder reconstruction, and a couple ankle surgeries.
Which forced you to change directions, which you've done a few times in your life.
I have. After football, I was kind of lost for a couple years because many times as an athlete, you thought football was your only thing. And after football, I couldn't find myself. I went from working from a football player to working at Walmart and being a substitute teacher. And from that point, I figured, I was asking God, what's my gift? And he told me my gift is to speak. And from that moment on, I've been speaking, and it keeps taking me to higher and higher levels. But I went through a tough time, and that's the thing in life to realize, even in today's season, we all go through tough times, but through adversity, you find out what your true gift is. Well,
you're certainly a very outgoing, positive person. Have you always been that way since you were a child?
I've always been pretty positive. With a name like Jomo, you have to be positive. I mean, you can imagine the jokes that you must get with a name like Jomo, but it's forced me to be positive. And that mentality has gotten me far in life.
I happen to like the name Jomo.
I love it.
Kind of catchy.
It is, but in seventh grade in Spanish class, it just doesn't work.
Okay, gotcha.
Did you have, after your football career, what did you do directly after that?
Right after football, I was rehabbing for 18 months.
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't walk. I had to get, tore my ACL up, then I tore my shoulder. All these injuries happened at the same time, but you couldn't do surgery at the same time. So they did surgery on my knee first, then my shoulder, and then my ankle. So then I rehabbed for that time. It was a time in my life where they put me on this thing called workers' comp. On workers' comp, you cannot work. The challenge is I had football bills, but I was on workers' comp. So I had to sell the house, I had to sell everything, and we went back to basically zero. And then they called one day and said, that last check we sent you was your last check. And now you have to figure out life. And then you do your resume up, and you think you'd get a job, but you couldn't get a job. And before you know it, I was a substitute teacher in Orlando, and I worked at Walmart at night. And I did that for the year, and I was teacher of the year that year, and I also was employee of the year at the Walmart store I was working at within that same year. And when I realized it doesn't matter the environment you are, you have to believe you're a diamond. And if you believe you're a diamond, you will be discovered. But it's only a matter of time, but you have to believe in yourself before it ever happens for you.
Do you think teaching is what led you to preaching? Because you found yourself in front of those students and you thought, I'm really connecting with these
It's
people.
amazing that you say that, because when I was in that classroom, and it was ESE, varying exceptionalities, all kind of kids, all kind of environments, parents did all kind of things to them. And in that environment, something hit me that's, you know what, I can't make the impact I want to make in this room. This room is good, and I'm helping these kids. But I felt something in me that had a greater impact. I wanted to make a greater impact on the world. So I kept pushing myself, and when God told me my gift was to speak, I kept getting pushed into higher platforms to where I'm at today. And my goal is I want to change lives. And I believe His Word, God's Word, changes lives. So that's what I want to keep talking about.
Well, you're motivating, and I certainly like the way you tell people they do have to, whatever they're doing, they have to believe in a successful outcome.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of negative messages out there, and it's nice to get some positive news now and then.
Absolutely.
Jomo Cousins, thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Stick around, folks. More Daytime right after this.
The preceding portion of Daytime was sponsored by Love First Christian Center.